The weaver's loom and the golden thread. In the bustling town of Pātaliputra, at the height of India's ancient glory, lived a humble householder named Rukmī. By sunrise, he would walk through crowded markets to his modest home, where his wife, Padmā, and 2 young children awaited his return from the fields. Rukmī's livelihood came from weaving fine cloth, soft muslin, sturdy cotton, and even delicate silk on a simple wooden loom. Each day he toiled for hours, drawing threads through heddles, beating them into place, dyeing the cloth with vibrant hues, and finishing each bolt with intricate patterns. Though his work earned but a modest living, Rukmī felt deeply blessed. Thanks to his efforts, his family had food, shelter, and clothes. One monsoon season, however, the rains refused to cease. Torrential downpours flooded the fields, washing away Rukmī's hopes of a good cotton harvest. Padmā's curdled butter refused to churn properly, and their children's laughter hushed as hunger crept closer. Local merchants, sensing his desperation, offered to buy his remaining cloth at a fraction of its worth. They whispered, "Better take what you can, or your family will starve." Night after night, Rukmī lay awake beside Padmā, listening to the patter of rain on the roof. His heart ached. He saw his children's tiny arms growing thinner, and his wife's eyes growing sadder. On the 3rd night, he rose before dawn and went to the riverbank. Under a pale sky, he bowed to Varuna, the Lord of Waters, and prayed for guidance. Stepping into the swirling current, Rukmī felt the river's power, but he also sensed its life-giving bounty. He gathered handfuls of smooth pebbles from the riverbed and returned home to find Padmā already tending their children over a thin gruel. He looked at her tired face and, with quiet resolve, pitched his 5 little pebbles into her palm. "What are these?" she asked. "My hope," said Rukmī. "I will trade these with any merchant who appreciates their worth." That morning, Rukmī carried his handful of river stones to the cloth market. He approached Munindra, a wealthy cloth merchant known for fair dealings. Munindra raised an eyebrow at the stones. "Why bring pebbles to a cloth trader?" he asked. Rukmī smiled and replied, "These are no ordinary pebbles. Each holds the memory of the river's patience. Observe." He placed a single pebble on his loom and wove a narrow strip of fabric around it, binding it gently into the edge of the cloth. The strip, dyed the color of first light, shimmered against the dull grays of the stormy sky. Intrigued, Munindra asked, "What is the story behind this design?" Rukmī spoke softly. "For months the rains washed away our cotton, and misery threatened our home, yet the river never stopped flowing. Its water nourished the land beyond the flooding. The river knows that hardship and plenty come in cycles. Just as it carries both danger and sustenance, so must we endure suffering and receive blessings with equal grace." Moved by Rukmī's words, Munindra offered to purchase the bolt at full price, and inspired by the story, commissioned 50 more strips of cloth woven around river pebbles. "Sell these as Rukmī's River of Compassion," he said. "Their tale will bring hope to many." Word of the compassionate weaver spread swiftly. Pilgrims traveling to the great festival in Ujjain stopped at Rukmī's home to buy his cloth, each willing to pay several times the usual price. With their new earnings, Rukmī and Padmā rebuilt their storehouse, stored grain for the next drought, and even donated several bolts of cloth to families who had lost everything in the flood. That year, when the rains finally eased and the sun shone bright again, Rukmī's fields turned golden with ripening grain. But he never forgot the lessons of the monsoon. Each time he sat at his loom, he wove a tiny golden thread through the edge of every bolt, a subtle reminder to himself and to every wearer that compassion for others is the true fabric that binds a household, a community, and the world. Moral of the story: grasp the Dharma. The householder's duty embraces selfless compassion and generous service. Even in times of personal hardship, caring for others weaves a golden thread of unity and resilience that adorns the life of the soul.